Hey guys and girls, Michael Warren here from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's learn how to play Maggie May on guitar by Rod Stewart. This is a great song for beginners to practice playing open chords, and one of the easiest bar chords, just an F sharp minor there. Now I'll start by showing you all the chords and how to play them. So if you know these chords, jump ahead to this time. If not, I'll break each one down for you. Then we'll finish with the solos, which can be a little bit tricky. Don't forget, if you like these lessons, to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Songs and lessons uploaded weekly. If you're having any problems with this song, leave a comment and let me know how you go with this one, especially with the solo. So let's get into the chords. Okay, so we've got a standard A chord, so open A string, 2nd fret on the D, G and B, and open E string. We also have an A7 chord, so that's open A string, 2nd fret on the D, open G string this time. 2nd fret on the B and open E string, and that's our A7. And we have an A7 sus4 as well, so now we're just moving from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret on the B string, so open A string, 2nd fret on the D string, open G, 3rd fret on the B string and open E string, and that's our A7 sus4. We have a standard G chord, so 3rd fret on the E string, 2nd fret on the A, open D, G, and 3rd fret on the B and the E, and that's our G chord. We have a standard D chord, open D string, 2nd fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, 2nd fret on the E. We have an E minor chord, so open E string, 2nd fret on the A and the D, open G, B and E. And we have an F sharp minor bar chord there. So we're barring the 2nd fret. So 2nd fret on the E string, 4th fret on the A and the D, 2nd fret on the G, B and E, and that's our F sharp minor bar chord. And they're all the chords we're using. There's a couple of different ones in the intro, but I'll show you those as well. So the strumming pattern we're going to be using for most of the song is a down, down, up, down, down, up. So slowly, down, down, up, down, down, up. And that's one bar, so down, 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 up. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And he uses that through most of the song, except on the intro. So let's jump into that now. So for our intro, there's also a mandolin playing over the top of it. I'll show you what the guitar's doing underneath it. So we're going to start with the D sus2 chord there. So just take your finger off the E string and that'll be open. So you'll have an open D string, you'll have the 2nd fret on the G string and the 3rd fret on the B string there. We're just going to do a down, down, down there. Then we're going to take that chord and we're just going to move it up. So on the G string, be 7th fret, on the B string, the 8th fret. So we're going to do it down, down, up, down, down. Then we're just putting our finger back on the E string on the 7th fret. So keep the rest of the chord the same and the same. Down, down, up, down, down. Then we're going to come back, play the 7th fret on the G, 7th fret on the B, and the 5th fret on the E, and just strum that once. And then go back to our open D string, 7th fret on the G, 8th fret on the B and open E. So let me play that slowly for you. And up to speed. And then we're basically going back to the same thing, but we're going to do a hammer onto the 2nd fret when we're playing this D sus2. So we're going to do down, down, up, down, and hammer onto the 2nd fret. Then we finish the same, come up to 7 and 8, same as before, down, down, up, down, down. Adding our finger onto the E string, 7th fret, down, down, up, down, down. Then finish on our 7 on G, 7 on B, 5 on the E, strum that once, and then G 2 times. So that last little part slowly. So now let me play that intro for you up to speed. It's not too hard, it's basically the same chord, just moving it up there and then making a D shape as well. So let me do that up to speed. That's our intro. It can be a little bit tricky when you're first starting out. So our first verse, we're going to start with A, and we do that for a bar with our strumming pattern. Down, 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 up. G for a bar. D for 2 bars. And we do that again. A for a bar. G for a bar. D for 2 bars. Now to G for a bar, D for a bar, G for a bar, and A for a bar, E minor for a bar, our F sharp minor for a bar, E minor for a bar. Now we go to our A7 sus4 for half a bar, and A7 for half a bar. So just take the pattern we've been using, down, down, up, and then change, down, down, up. Then we go back to E minor for a bar, A for a bar, E minor for a bar, A for a bar, E minor for a bar, A for a bar, and D for 2 bars. And that's our first verse. Let me play that up to speed for you. I'll just do that first line, the A, the G and the D. I'll just play that through once. Starting on our A for a bar, G for a bar, D for 2 bars, G, D, G, A, F sharp minor, E minor, A7 sus4, A7, E minor, A, E minor, A, E minor, A, and D. And that's our first verse. Then we have our second verse. We're just doing the A again for a bar, G for a bar, D for 2 bars. Repeat that again, A for a bar, G for a bar, D for 2 bars. G for a bar, D for a bar, G for a bar, A for a bar, E minor for a bar, F sharp minor for a bar, E minor for a bar, our A7 sus4 half a bar, and our A7 half a bar. So far it's the same as the first verse. Then from there we go to our E minor for a bar, A for a bar, E minor for a bar, A for a bar, E minor for a bar. Now this time we're going to do A for half a bar, G for half a bar, and D for 2 bars. So let me play that second verse for you, just from the E minor to the F sharp, because it's pretty similar to the first verse there. So E minor, F sharp minor, E minor, A7 Then from there we just repeat that second verse again, so we just play it all the way through. Then we have our first solo, and I'll show you the solos at the end. The chords are just E minor for a bar, A for a bar, D for a bar, G for a bar, E minor for a bar, G for a bar, and D for 2 bars. So let me quickly play that first solo rhythm for you. A, D, G, E minor, G, D. And then from there we're just going straight back to our second verse, which we play exactly the same. And then we have our second solo, and this time we're doing E minor for a bar, A for a bar, D for a bar, G for a bar, E minor for a bar, G for a bar, and D for 2 bars. Then E minor for a bar, A for a bar, D for a bar, G for a bar, E minor for a bar, and G for a bar. And that's our second solo there, so let me play that for you now. A, D, G, E minor, G, D for 2 bars, E minor, A, D, G, E minor, G. And then from there we're going back into our little fill, so let's go over that now. So for our outro we're starting on the D, same strumming pattern, down, down, up, down, down, up. We're going to come up like we did on the intro, open D string, 7th fret on the G, 8th fret on the B and open E, and a bar there, down, down, up, down, down, up. Then we're taking the same chord, we're just adding the 7th fret on the E string, and again, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then coming back to this D chord, we're going to have open D string, 7th fret on the G and the B, 5th fret on the E, and do that for a bar as well, down, down, up, down, down, up. So let me do that slowly for you, starting on the D. And we play that 5 times, or you can actually play that right through to the end if you want, so up to speed. So we do that through 5 times, or you can do it to the end, and after that we go back to D for a bar, E minor for a bar, G for a bar, and D for a bar. So we play that through once, and you can just keep playing that through to the end. If you've got 2 guitars, you can do the D, E minor, G, D, and the other guitar can do the fill coming up there. So we play that last line for you. It just fades out doing that there. So they're all the parts to the song, the rhythm parts. Let's tackle the solos now as well. So our first solo, we're going to start on the A string. We're going to play 7, slide up to 9, and on the D string 7, and then come back to the 7 on the A string. We're going to do a bend and release and pull off the 5, and then 7 on the E string. So slowly, and then we're playing again 7, slide to 9 on the A, 7 on the D. This time we're going to do the bend on the 7 on the A, and then play 7, 5 on the A and 7 on the E. So we play that first part for you. And then from there we're sliding from 7 to 9 again on the A, play the 7 on the D, 7 hammer onto 9 on the D, and then 9 on the A. And then we're doing our 7 bend and release, pull off the 5 again on the A, 7 on the E, 5 on the A 2 times, and then back to 7 on the E. So let me play that first part of the solo for you up to speed. Then from there we're doing the 7, slide to 9 again on the A, 7 on the D. Now this time we're going to do 7, slide to 9 again on the A, play 7 on the A, 5 on the A and 7 on the E. So, and then 7 on the G, 7 on the D. Now this time we're barring the 7th fret on the A and the D, play both of them, hammer onto 9 on the A and pull off back to 7, 5 on the A, back to 7 on the E, and then do our 7 bend and release again, pull off the 5, that's on the A string, and then to finish that first solo off, 7, slide up to 9, 7 on the D, do a bend on the 9 on the G, and then back to 7 on the G. So let me play that second part of the solo for you slowly, and then we'll do it all up to speed. Now let's do that whole solo up to speed one more time, and then we'll do the next solo after that. So that's our first solo. Now let's tackle our second solo, and it's going to be similar to our first one. We're going to have 7, slide to 9 on the A string, 7 on the D, bend the 7 on the A, play the 7 again, 5 on the A, 7 on the E, so. Then 7, slide to 9 again on the A, 7 on the D, come back to 7 on the A, bend, play the 7, 5, 7, slide up to 9, play 7 on the D, and then 7 on the D and the G, and hammer onto 9 on the D, and then back to 9 on the A. So slowly that part. Then 7 on the D, 7 on the G, do a bend on 9 on the G, and then play 9, and then we're going to play 7G, 9 on the D, 7, 7 on the G, back to 9 there. So that last little part. And that's slowly. Then from there, we're going to do a 9, slide to 11 on the G, play the 10 on the B, and do a bend on 9 on the G, play 9, 7, and then 9 on the D, and we do that 2 times. Then just do a bend and release on the 9, pull off back to 7 on the G string. Then from there we're doing 9, pull off to 7 on the G, 9 on the D, 7 on the G, do a bend on the 9 on the G, back to 7 on the G. Then we're going to bar the 7th fret on the D and the G, play them and hammer onto the 9th fret on the D. Then just the 7th fret D, 9th fret A, 10th fret E. So let me play that first part of the solo for you slowly. Up to speed there. This is the first half of the solo. Then from there we're doing 7, slide up to 9 again on the A, 7 on the D, bend on our 7 on the A, 7, 5, 7 on the E. Then we go back to 7 on the A string, slide up to 9, 7 on D, 9 on A, do our bend and release on 7, pull off to 5 on the A, 7 on the E. And this time we're going to go 5, slide up to 7 on the A, 9 on the A, on the D, 7, 9. On the G, 7, 2 bends on the 9th fret on the G string, and then D, 9, G, 7, D, 9, G, 7, D, 9 there. Then from there we're doing 9, slide up to 11 on the G, 10 on the B, do a bend on the 9th fret on the G, play 9, 7 on the G, 9 on the D, so that's the same riff we did before. And then on the E string, 10, B, 10, do a bend on 9 on the G, 9, 7 on the G, 9 on the D, 9 on the G, 7 on the G. So, and this next little part plays over the fill that's coming up as well. So we do 7, slide up to 9, 10B, 10E, 10B, 9G, 12 on the D, and then slide from 9 to 11 on the G, back to 12 on the D, and then to finish G, 4, 2, D, 4, and the A, 5. So that last little part. So now let me play the whole solo up to speed for you. It is a little confusing. There's a bit of jumping around there. And that's the whole solo there. So a few little tricky bits with our bend and releases on that 7 to the 5, back to the 7 on the E. But just start slowly and build your speed up there.